What's up? This past weekend, my brother and I traveled down to Rosemont, Illinois for the annual Flashback Weekend horror convention that takes place at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. This is now my sixth year going, and I just wanted to make this video to document some of the merch that I got, some of the people that I met, and although I didn't get any footage at the convention itself, I figure I'd talk over the items, things that I got signed, and talk about the experiences I had during it. So let's get to it. All right, so let's start off with something simple. The Saturday wristband. August 1st was the day that we went to Flashback Weekend. Now, there's a vendor that I want to talk about specifically, Chicago Grindhouse, shout out. My brother was in contact with them on Instagram, and they were a vendor that had VHSs, Blu-rays, DVDs, vinyls, and I do not have a VHS collection, but there was something that they were bringing to the convention that I just could not pass up on. John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness on VHS, starring Sam Neill, rest in peace. And yes, this is the best film in his career. It is in very good condition, and I am a physical media collector, but I didn't want to take the easy way out and just buy all my favorite ones on eBay. I'd rather go to conventions and have that feeling, when you're looking through VHSs and you find the one you want. So this was the only VHS that I picked up so far, but already a great start to the collection. Speaking of physical media, I ended up picking up two new movies for my collection. First being the 4K Blu-ray of The Gift, directed by Sam Raimi, starring Cate Blanchett and Keanu Reeves. I'm a big Keanu Reeves fan, and I have yet to check this one out, and I'm looking forward to watching it here soon. And speaking of Sam Raimi, he co-stars in the Scott Spiegel-directed 1988 film Intruder. This one was released by Synapse Films, and I watched this last year for the first time. The practical effects are great, and it is an underrated 80s slasher gem. I recommend checking it out. Nothing too crazy, but there was a vendor there that was selling these little Lego minifigures, and I picked up a Punisher one and an Ash Williams one from the Evil Dead franchise. At $5 a piece, or 5 for 20, it's not too bad. They're pretty cool looking. I also picked up two pins from the convention. One being a Mia pin from the 2013 Evil Dead film. Jane Levy was supposed to attend the convention this year, and unfortunately, a few days before, she had to cancel. But I still ended up getting something cool anyways. I also picked up a One Wish Willow pin from Curry Barker's 2026 film Obsession, which leads into this epic shirt that I bought. That will also lead into the first autograph that I got. An 11 by 17 signed by Megan Lawless, who played Sarah in the movie. I will insert a picture right now that I took with her. And yeah, she was very nice. This was her first convention appearance, and in just under 2 weeks, I will be meeting Michael Johnston, who plays Bear, at Fan Expo in Chicago, which I'll probably make another video for just because that's what this channel is about, documenting my life and everything in between the skateboarding. And last but not least, my screen poster. I started this 11 by 17 poster at Flashback Weekend 2023. That year, I was able to meet Jamie Kennedy, who played Randy. Skeet Ulrich, who played Billy, and Rose McGowan, who played Tatum. This year, though, I was able to meet Roger Jackson, who is the voice of Ghostface, and David Arquette, who of course played Dewey. Poster is looking really good so far, and I'm looking forward to adding more cast members in the future. Scream is one of my all-time favorite horror movies, so to be able to say that I've met a few of the cast members over the past few years, and hopefully more in the future, has definitely been an awesome experience. Each one of them has been kind and gracious with their time, and I appreciate them coming out to these conventions to meet their fans. I mean, I grew up with Scream. From early childhood Halloween costumes, watching the movie when I was way too young, and reoccurring nightmares, that's a completely different story, to now as an adult having a tattoo of Ghostface and what will become part of my leg sleeve. Scream will always be one of those movies that defined and shaped my love for the horror genre. Flashback Weekend 2026 was a big success, and although we only spent one day there, I was able to meet some pretty cool people and get some sick merch from vendors on the dealer floor. I'm not too sure when the next video is going to be, although I will say I have a couple in the works already. And like I mentioned earlier, in just under 2 weeks, we're going back to Chicago for Fan Expo, held at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. If you haven't seen the guest list for that show, it's pretty insane. So with all that being said, that about wraps it up. If you found me this early, thank you for watching.